As you guys know, Hypixel added in a new anti-cheat that pretty much deletes your blocks when you're sending too much packets, especially when you're placing your blocks. This includes pretty much Godbridging, because you have to place a lot of blocks quickly in order to Godbridge, which is the whole point of it. And also, if you try to drag click to place blocks, sometimes it'll also delete your blocks. So pretty much it's anything that's related to high CPS and placing blocks. Hypixel just deletes it, like they just delete it completely. Now, I guess this is Hypixel's feeble attempt to destroy all the auto-clickers who just diagonal Godbridge 100 blocks without falling, but I don't think this is a very effective way to stop the cheaters from auto-clicking, because in reality, like, they're still gonna do it for like 20 blocks if it's not just deleted instantly. So why is Hypixel letting us still Godbridge around like 20 blocks before it deletes the blocks? Yeah, that's just a very controversial subject, and I don't know why Hypixel's doing this, but my reasoning behind this is that Hypixel is keeping a new anti-cheat like this to give themselves more time in order to make Watchdog better. Because before, Watchdog doesn't really register the right-click CPS, and that led to a lot of auto-clickers. So for the time being, when Hypixel is trying to make Watchdog better, I'm assuming, if they're not, then I don't know what they're doing as developers of the game, but it'll probably most likely be temporary until they fix Watchdog and turn it into WatchGod. The reasons behind why I think this will be temporary is because Godbridging, or bridging just in general in Bedwars, is such a big part of it. You can't get anywhere. You could be a god at PvP, but if you don't know how to bridge, you'll just end up falling, and someone will get to your base and break your bed before you do anything with it. Also, when I'm trying to record this, my FPS just consistently dies, so give me some time to get myself a PC with the ad revenue. But yeah, another reason why they're not going to keep this new anti-cheat is because of all of the YouTubers that are related to bridging, and so much content is related to faster bridging methods on YouTube. And if they just remove Godbridge completely, small YouTubers that are just starting out to promote the network, like me, Addicted probably is going to make more Hypixel content, the Silent One, like all of us who are just beginning to make keyboard and mouse sounds videos, or just Godbridging with Hypixel and Bedwars, spend like 6 months just to master the skill of Godbridging, and Hypixel just completely deletes it, right? So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that Hypixel would keep something like this for so long. But that's how it would affect the small YouTubers. For bigger YouTubers who have more stable channels than us, I'm pretty sure that they could survive without like just Godbridging in general, because they already have a nice fan base that will keep on subscribing to them and getting them views, even if they're not necessarily Godbridging, because they'll probably find some other content. But that's what Hypixel has to watch out for, is that Hypixel wants to keep all those YouTubers with 100 to 200,000 subscribers like on their platform, right? They don't want to lose such a valuable asset of advertisement. And doing this also makes the YouTube rank kind of useless, so it also demoralizes a lot of small creators, which will pretty much affect the network pretty badly. I felt like I've mentioned this before, but I was pretty disappointed with how Hypixel was acting on the servers recently. It's just becoming really money based, and even if it's just not the developers that are just trying to make the game pay to win, it's a lot of like snipers that are just b-hopping on win streak parties like mine, and they just make the game, they just don't make the game fun, you know? And while they could be like making new anti-cheat for scaffoldings, like scaffold hacks and B-hop, kill aura, teleportation, bed nuker, like all those stuff, they just have to choose Godbridging. Like, Godbridging was the last thing they had to fix before they could like fix all these kill aura players that are just wiping out teams after teams and making so much money off of sniping people just to get on the whitelist. I'm really unhappy about how Hypixel is treating these priorities, because obviously there's something way more blatant going on, because obviously we can, as Bedwars players, a lot of sweaty Bedwars players, they could probably take on not a scaffold hack, an auto clicker easily, because if you're auto clicking in the game, then that means you probably suck at PvP as well. So I don't think we have to worry about auto clickers that much. But apparently Hypixel does, but they're like, yeah, we're just gonna keep B hoppers in the game, but we don't care about, why is Gray there? We don't care about people who actually practice around 6 months in order to Godbridge. And yeah, that's just a part that I just had to get out of me, because I was just starting to get my channel to grow pretty fast. Like, I was at 1,000 subscribers just last month, and I'm at 7,000 now, so there's just a lot of support that's been going on recently, and I wanted to make a lot of Godbridge videos, but of course, just that's how life works. Hypixel deletes the Godbridge methods completely. But even so, if Hypixel isn't gonna fix, okay, Fireball. If Hypixel is not gonna fix this new anti-cheat, then what are they gonna do? If they keep this for a long time, they're gonna start losing a lot of players, and losing players also means losing a lot of revenue that's coming from like the new rings such as MVP++ and why people wanted to nick. Because what's the point of playing in a server that just completely removes Godbridging? A lot of people aren't gonna like it because it's becoming more and more popular in the community. A new server probably is gonna overtake Bedwars. Hypixel already has a really nice fan base just for Skyblock, but for Bedwars, I believe that new practice servers, maybe Bedwars practice, will start to take over the Bedwars community, or something new with less lag is gonna take over. That's my theory behind the auto-click, disable, anti-cheat. But obviously that's not going to happen, because why would Hypixel just give away the Bedwars game that they got so big, right? So I don't think people have to freak out about this new anti-cheat that's been going on. Instead, I think it's just something that the developers did to stop the auto-clicking people, but I would really like to see their priorities on stopping B-hoppers before auto-clickers.
She back to the bone. Wait, these niggas watching. I swear to God, they be my clothes. Switching my hoes like my flows. Switching my flows like my clothes. Shooting that gun.